a premium paint and epoxy remover, and we found that at a local hardware store. Probably not the best choice for trying to strip a multiple coated cup. So basically what we have here is it was a pink cup originally. It was powder coated pink, and we attempted to etch this with media blasting, and we just could not get this off. I mean, you can see where we did it, and then we wanted to test using clear coat over vinyl, and essentially this is just a test cup, a practice cup. So at this point what we want to try to do is use something that's actually made specifically for removing powder coat. This is the Dekote by Eastwood, and I know there's other products out there, but the thing that's attractive about this is they say it's environmentally safe. So right here, does not use the methylene chloride, which apparently is pretty caustic and can burn you really well. So we're gonna go ahead and try this and see how it does. Okay, off camera I went ahead and I shook this up really good. It says to apply this product with a brush in a plastic bucket. So we're ready to go, and supposedly, depending on the thickness of the powder coat, it should take about 30 minutes, but it can take several hours. So it's to the side. We're gonna get that on there nice, and then just brush it in. And it says every so often you might need to keep reapplying it. Now, I'm doing this on a cup. This cup's not going to be reused in the future. We're just going to use it for practicing different techniques. We don't have any intention of actually using this cup for drinking out of in the future. I don't know if this product is actually food grade material that's able to be used on things that are intended for food use in the future, so we're not gonna risk it. We're just gonna brush this stuff on and use this cup in the future for other powder coating practice. All right, I got it pretty much covered. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for a while. I'll be back later to do some more filming. Okay, we're about 30 minutes in. We're gonna go ahead and give it a little test scrape and see if it's it's not quite through it yet. I think we're gonna go ahead and put a couple more coats on and let it sit for another half hour at least. Okay, we're about an hour in, and it's starting to come loose a little bit. And at this point I'm going to make a special point to tell you to make sure you're wearing a respirator when you're using this, and goggles. It is definitely irritating. You do not want to be doing this without it. All right, we'll give it another half hour. Okay, we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in, and I think we're getting really close. You can see it's starting to pull away here. My understanding is that once the product has penetrated all the way to the metal, that this should start coming off in fairly large. Yeah, it's really close. Starting to get underneath it. I'm going to go ahead and do another coat, give it another half hour, and we'll see where we are then. Okay, we're 3 hours in, and I can tell there's definitely a difference in this powder coat. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on just a little bit longer and see if I can get this to soften up just a little bit more. I'd really like this to come off a little bit easier. And I think it's just a matter of time. Okay, we're 5 hours in. I think I'm going to cover it up for the evening, and I'm going to hit it tomorrow morning. I'm done for the day. Okay, 12 hours, or actually 11 hours and 15 minutes after my original coating of the Dekote. This is what I'm left with. I've got the stripe where the vinyl was, so that needs to come off, and there's just a couple little spots where it's sticking, and then down here in this crack I need to work on that a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, put one more coat on, and I'm going to come back down in about 45 minutes to an hour. And hopefully that'll be the end. Okay, so after washing it off, you can see everything looks good, and you can see here this is where we abrased it with the sandblasting. It actually sandblasted through the powder coat a little bit right here, and this cup's now ready to go into our practice powder coating rotation. So we can try some different designs, and if they fail, we don't care. We can just strip this and start again. But cleaned up real nice. The downside is that takes a long time. This Dekote, although it did do the job, eventually it took about 13 hours and about 5 applications of the Dekote to get through 2 layers of powder coating. That said, this Jasco premium paint remover, epoxy and paint remover, I had it coated on that, wrapped in saran wrap for 2 days, and it didn't even hardly remove the first clear coat. So ultimately I'm happy with the end result. Would I like it to be easier? Absolutely. One other thing to keep in mind is make sure you wear your proper protective equipment, a respirator and some goggles. Make sure you have some good heavy-duty gloves take your time and do a good job, and you can, if it's a tool or something like that, or a piece of equipment that you're trying to strip and powder coat, I think it would work excellent for the cups. I'm not so sure. The only benefit for us is that we're going to be able to play with this, trying out some different 2-layer techniques and that kind of thing. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you picked up some information that you can use. Have a great day.